What is good, YouTube? We're back with another video, and yeah, if y'all want to go watch yesterday's gameplay, I did say about maybe like 2 or 3 times that we was gonna play some franchise today. So here we are, back on the Falcons relocation series, inspired by some other YouTubers that's been able to do this. But I thought it'd be like kind of bringing something to the channel and switching it up at the same time. You know what I mean? Um, but whenever the yard allows me to play with other people online, uh, I will start posting that too, because I have a lot of stuff currency wise from just playing myself. So yeah, I think I could get like some cool uniforms, or a cool visor, whatever the case may be. But you know that's for another day, right? We're talking about franchise. Uh, I did go ahead and skip the preseason games. I have not done anything off screen or nothing like that, so everything that I'm gonna do here is just gonna be first time. We got a couple people that are needed upgrades. Tajay Sharp came from the Titans. He was a good player, or I mean, I still think he has potential still from just being 26. Yeah, so he has good size, being 6'2". But I think right now, we're just gonna upgrade his deep threat. Hopefully, he can get a lot of speed, and we're able to do something with him. He gets +3 deep and 1 medium, so that's fine. I think we're also just gonna upgrade Hayden Hurst too. I think for him, possession would probably be the best bet. And he still has more room to grow. And wow, we get +1 speed. That is a very interesting turn of events. Now he has 88 speed. He's pretty fast now. Like, I didn't even know he had 87 speed. Now he has 88. That's just crazy. They have the route trees for defensive, offensive, and head coach, for coordinators and all that. So this is very new to franchise. I'm not gonna go ahead and look at those. I'm probably gonna do these off screen, just so I can have a really good in-depth about them, and then when the time comes, I'll go ahead and just skim past it, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just look past that. First of all, not sure why there's a big gap in between the fullback and the wide receiver too. Not sure why that's the case. But we got Pitts and we got Hurst. I'm probably gonna be running a lot of 2 tight end sets. And whenever we start drafting, we could use a guard or somebody to replace him. Like I said, Calvin Ridley, Russell Gage. Don't know the name of this guy, and it's Tajay Sharp. And the running game's gonna be okay, I guess. What happened to my running back? Alright guys, so unfortunately I was asking where my running back went, Mike Davis, and he has from the preseason a partial torn ACL, which is like really bad. ACL tears are like one of the worst injuries that you could possibly have. This guy had a torn labrum. What am I even talking about? Matt Hennessy, man, rest in peace, bro. I mean, you only have 2 weeks left, but Jesus, bro. And Sam Jones, but the unfortunate one we have here is Mike Davis. He was gonna be, toting the rock for us, but we won't have him until like the mid-season mark. Yeah, Cordero Patterson, and the running back depth behind him is not that good, but it is what it is, right? And defense, everybody has +1 for I don't know what, but I guess we're doing good as a defense. That's good to see. Richard Grant, hopefully he does. I'm probably gonna be using Richie. Dante coming off the edge with Kaminsky, and then Fabian Moreau. I have him on my Mutt team, so I know what he brings to the table. AJ Terrell, Isaiah Tolliver, and then Kendall Sheffield. Hopefully Grady Jarrett can do something for us. Usering, I have 2 good users right here, Foy Assad and Deion Jones. So hopefully we're great on the defensive side of the ball. I expect to be great on the defensive side of the ball. If we are not great, we are gonna have some problems. So yeah, guys, I am going to jump into the game, but right before we jump into the game, I'm just gonna mess with the defensive adjustments and all that. So alright guys, So we're in the defensive adjustments now. I think here we're just gonna go ahead and go half pads, just because I don't want anybody on the defensive or offensive side of the ball to get hurt or nothing like that. So I think we're just gonna go half pads. Just yeah, go ahead and play that safe. For the defensive, a game plan against the Eagles offense, I think, you know, they have Colin Kaepernick. Okay, where's Jalen? Okay, I guess we're gonna find out, right? But they do have Colin Kaepernick. What do we want to do here? I think I want to defend the medium pass. I think that's what I want to do, defend medium pass, because I think that's like a good combination of both. All right, we're gonna go ahead and advance to the offensive. What do we want to excel at on our offensive side of the ball? I mean, we know the Eagles have, have been better in the secondary recently. Just picking up Darius Slay as one of the big improvements. But we have the trenches in the middle. I don't think they have really good outside run stoppers, so I think we're gonna go ahead and just run outside. I think that's the game plan for this week. Run outside. Hopefully Cordero can make a move, because the trenches are pretty much gonna be shut down. And then, as a team, we have our people we had to focus on. But I think as a team for this week against the Eagles, actually I like that. Let's go ahead and just throw 2 touchdown passes. I do like that as a team goal. And I'm gonna go ahead. Hopefully, nobody gets injured. But we're gonna go ahead and just sim practice. And we do, get boost. That is another thing that is new to the game. Just looking at injuries, obviously our guys are gonna go crazy. People even getting +3 man, +3 zone, and all that. So you definitely like to see it. Nobody got injured. On the offensive side of the ball, let's go ahead and see some people, get some pretty good boost. Especially the linemen, they get some really good boost. Tight end, right here. Look at that. Look at all those boosts. But we got our game day boost. I think we're ready to jump into week 1. And I will see y'all whenever we jump into the game. We barely jumped into the game. I had to adjust some. I was probably gonna end up cutting out, but that is crazy to see. That they do actually have week 1 games. The Bucks and the Cowboys are actually gonna go against each other. So y'all see the score there, 35-14. They actually play today on the time of this recording. In about a couple hours, I would say too. But it's crazy to think that we didn't have football for a really long time, and then boom, football's finally coming back. So I'm not sure if I'm assuming it is the actual teams that are playing week 1 are actually playing in this sim style Madden. But yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Colin Kaepernick is gonna go ahead and take off. Sorry, I kind of just were silent there, but I was just looking at the bottom to see. So I think this is actually what is week 1, what is actually happening for week 1, which is kind of dope, which is actually really cool. I do like that. I do like that out of Madden. So let's see, what do we do here? I think we're just gonna come out regularly, and then I got the sign, and then I gotta get running back. He's gonna go ahead, check running back. He breaks a tackle, Miles Sanders, and he ends up fighting for 13. It is kind of weird seeing Colin Kaepernick in the Eagles uniform, or just in any uniform in general. Kind of ironic that we get to see him again in the Eagles jerseys. Which I don't think, the Eagles would actually do that in real life. Nobody, I mean, if anybody's wanting to sign Colin Kaepernick, he's probably would have been signed by now. You know what I mean? And it's crazy to think they have him as an 81 overall. He hasn't even played a snap in 3 years? And then they're like, oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and give him 81 overall. Why not, right? Why not? But I need to focus on the game right now. I'm not even focusing on what's happening. I'm just getting ran all over pretty much. But we can go ahead and do our thing. We're just gonna come out on normal cover 3. We're gonna be using Richie. Oh no way! Can we hit him? I thought I was there. I was not there. And Colin Kaepernick is just dotting us up right now. 3 for 3 for 42 yards. our defense, I said we was gonna be solid on the defensive side. Oh, I hope so, right? But it does not look like that at all. And they have the first look at Devontae Smith. Hopefully, oh, I thought he was gonna get the sweep. We end up filling the gap with Richie. I have big expectations for Richie Grant. I've really known him from Bengals videos, because Bengal, he was doing a scouting report, I would say, on all the rookies and all that, and he was able to go online, get a Zoom call, talk to him and all that, and I really liked his personality, and what, you know, he could bring to this Falcons team. I honestly thought it was a good pick by the Falcons, obviously getting picked up late and all that, but you know, we're gonna see what he does this year. I'm gonna be using him. We get a nice block shed by Grady Jarrett, and unfortunately enough, he's too slow, and Miles Sanders just gets a walk-in touchdown. I didn't think they were gonna be a deep pass type of offense, anyways. I don't think that's what they're built for this coming up year, because I mean they have, a couple good players on their offense side of the ball. I will say, I do expect them to be second in their division, behind Washington, because I feel like Washington just has too good of a team to not win that division. I mean, they've had solid depth all around, and bringing Ryan Fitz-Goat, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's no way for them to not do good. So, and y'all might be asking, well, Cowboys are playing today against the Bucks. What do you think? What do I think about, like, predictions wise and all that? Well, honestly, Cowboys, if they you know, get something to go for them, they do have a really good chance to do something in this division. Like, I wouldn't bet against them to not, you know, do something, right? Because they have their offense coming back, and I'm not gonna be too judgmental against Week 1 because it is against the Bucks, and we know how good the Bucks are. Like, I've been hearing reports about the Bucks looking better than ever and looking like way better than they did last year. And obviously they won a Super Bowl last year. So what does that mean for everybody else, right? But I mean, at this point, you're just kind of like, okay, who is gonna stop that team? And you know, you have new acquisitions for the Cowboys, such as their rookie that was drafted first round, Micah Parsons. There we go. Such as Michael Parsons. I personally have been hearing a lot of great things from him. Especially, I wouldn't say like calling out Tom Brady, but just acknowledging him. Like, yeah, I mean, I've never seen anything like him before. So, you know, it's going to be good to see what he does and see it. Hopefully I can stop him. Can we burn him over the top? Who is that? Oh, it's Cordarrelle. You would think, you know, converted wide receiver, or converted running back to wide receiver, that he would do something with it, but, you know, it is what it is. But anyways, yeah, like, I don't think anybody should really panic too much over what happens Week 1. Like, it is just Week 1. So, but I do expect the Bucks to win today. I would probably say 23-10. I think that's a good score right there. 23-10. Because their defense obviously is locked down, and we've seen their offense. We've seen their offense just excel and dominate. Like, they even added Giovanni Bernard in the backfield. So they have 3 solid running backs: Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette, and now Giovanni Bernard. Which Giovanni Bernard is kind of like that James White he had in the Patriots. He's just gonna be a fucking, like, he's just gonna stand in the back, wait for Tom Brady to say hi, go on a route, just stand there, wait for Tom Brady to go through his progressions, chuck it to him, and then he's gonna get like 30 yards, easy. You know what I mean? Like, but that, I mean, they have, and not to mention, we haven't even talked about their wideouts. Their wideouts, AB, which apparently he's been looking better than ever. Like, his routes have been smooth. He's been able to go out of breaks really fast, looking like prime AB. You know what I mean? So that's really bad for everybody. And we haven't even talked about their all-pros. I mean, you have obviously Mike Evans, one of the best, if not one of the best, like, I guess, physical wideouts, being able to do whatever he wants when he needs to, and also having, being 6'5", and looks like, the quarter's about to end. Didn't even peep that, but even at that too, you have Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin is just so good. Like he creates so much separation. Like he's a mixed match in his own. And we have their tight ends, obviously Gronk, OJ Howard, who's coming back from an ACL tear, so good for him. Apparently, Tom Brady's been hyping him up, saying that he's, going to be the next big thing and all that, and he's expected to have a good year. So all your fantasy owners, be able to look out for that. You do have Cameron Brate too. Cameron Brate is, I think, heavily underrated. Like, this man is, I wouldn't say like, top 20 or anything like that, but this man is, for what the Bucs want to do, is a solid piece for them. Like, this man is a good run blocker, is a good route runner, is a good red zone threat, and we already know what Gronk brings to the table. Gronk is gonna bring that like physicality in the run game, in the pass game. He's like an older George Kittle. Obviously, George Kittle is better at this point of his career, but I'm just saying, like, just putting, food for thought type of thing, as we get, Kyle Pitts involved, you'd like to see that. Hopefully he has a great year. Obviously he's selected number 4 overall and all that. Let's go ahead and talk about this little Falcons team going on. Obviously they're in a tough division. Obviously it might be hard for them to do something this year, but I do think they are set for years to come. And what I mean by that is they have Calvin Ridley. Hopefully they don't get rid of Calvin. If they do that, that's when they know that they're just in straight rebuild. Like Calvin Ridley is too good of a piece to, just let go. But at the same token, they're like, okay, look how little they got in return for Julio. Julio is, in some eyes, top 5. I think everybody can agree that he's a top 10, I feel like, wide receiver. If not, you have to 1000% agree he's a top 15. Like, anything lower than 15 is, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So, I think they got like a couple seconds, or a second and a third, or they didn't even get a first round for Julio. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's crazy to think that Julio really just went away for nothing. And they just, I guess it was time for them to part ways and all that too. So, but, and another thing too is them selecting Kyle Pitts. They selected number 4 overall. A lot of people think that they should have selected a quarterback, which, in my opinion, it can go both ways, right? Like, I mean, how many times are you going to see a Kyle Pitts in the NFL? And I mean, that heavily hyped, being number 4. Like, he's the first ever tight end to go that high, which obviously is a big deal, because you see so many great tight ends in the league. Like, you see so many great tight ends in the league, and they're whatever, like, they don't get drafted that high. And like, it's hard to differentiate within, I guess, like, what people are trying to do and all that, because I know a lot of people were mad that the Lions chose TJ Hawkinson as whatever overall he got drafted at. I think number 5, number 6. He was no number 4, but, or you know what? I think they drafted him number 10. It's somewhere in between there, like a mid to high first round pick. And a lot of people were like, nobody picks tight ends first, and all this and that. Like, why would you go to pick a tight end in your first round pick? And it turns out this man is a monster. Like, this man is one of the up and coming tight ends in the league. They're starting to like rethink the whole tight end position as itself. If you really think about it, like tight ends are heavily undervalued. There's schemes that involve tight ends as much as their fullbacks. Like that's even crazy to think about in today's NFL when it thinks about scoring, getting stopped on defense, nothing but speed, being super like I wouldn't say aggressive, but like agile, and now with rule changes and all this and that, like 20 years, maybe even 10 years from now, different, or not 10 years from now, 10 years ago, like football was so much different. Even 5 years ago, even if that, you know what I mean? Because 5 years ago, I think they did the PATs. They moved the PATs farther back instead of being on the 2. So, I mean, a lot of time can go by and change people's minds. Maybe in about 2 or 3 years, we'll see if this pick from the Falcons was a good one, or if they should have chose one of the many quarterbacks that got selected in the first round. Whether, you know, they couldn't have gotten Trevor, they couldn't have gotten Trey, because Trey was already picked number 3 right before them. So, you know, let's see if they made a big mistake, and maybe they would have gotten Mac Jones. Maybe they would have picked up Justin Fields, right? I mean, those are the only 2 quarterbacks that were in contention of going first round. Because, like I said, Zach Wilson. Oh, I forgot about Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, and Trey Lance went 1, 2, 3. And it would have been crazy if, you know, Mac Jones or Justin Fields went number 4. Like, how often do you see that, right? Like, going 1, 2, 3, 4 quarterbacks, but instead we go 1, 2, 3 QBs. This class, I feel like, for QBs is going to be one of the best in a long time. And I mean, just quarterbacks alone, because you have so many good players too in this past draft that weren't QBs. That you're like, okay, this might even compare to the class that Von Miller and JJ Watt were in. Like that, I think they were drafted 08. Or class of 12 was really good too. So, you know, you're gonna see those classes and you're gonna be like, well, like, this is really tough. Class of 2021, their draft class was really good. You know what I mean? So, I mean, like I said, it's kind of like time will tell at this point. I know I've been like talking about random stuff this whole time, but you know, hopefully y'all enjoyed. This is kind of like an open conversation type of thing. I know I don't really talk about the game, like the actual game I'm playing, like Madden. I just talk about like more NFL based stuff, like what's been happening, especially when the season comes around. Like I'm gonna be talking more in depth about like, oh, you know, this guy got this many yards, like expect this guy to have a good game this coming up week, or whatever the case may be. As we could just get dotted. Oh my god. Colin Kaepernick is 13 for 13 right now. Like, he has not missed a throw. This man does not miss. But they go ahead and throw it in route. I end up getting juked out my socks. And they have a chance to win this. So if we don't stop them, they are going to win this game. 2-yard line. The 2-yard line. My whole man coverage is just missed a line, and they got a touchdown. I think I just lost week 1, guys. Wow. That's what I get for not paying attention to the game and just, you know, doing my thing. But I mean, you never know, right? You never know. I mean, there's 10 seconds left. I would have to go like, or get a good return, throw a Hail Mary, or I mean, probably something along the lines to at least get 3. But let me know what y'all's favorite team is in the comments. I want to know, and give me like, if whatever your favorite team is. Like, let's say your favorite team is the Chargers, as it says on the bottom, 37-23. Let's say your favorite team is the Chargers. What do you think your record would be? what do you think your record after like this whole season's done? What do you think your record would be in? And come back to this video later on and see how you did. Wow, what a pick. My team is the Patriots. I predict the Patriots to go, let's say, I think we're at least a 10-win team. So I'll go like 10 wins. 10 wins. I don't know how many. 7. Oh, so 10-7. If we go 10-7 this year, I think that would be really good for us. So, you know, whatever team, maybe go ahead and comment what that team is, and, you know, we'll go from there. But, guys, hopefully y'all like this little change of pace. You know, it's not like Madden, Mutt, or whatever. Like I said, a little bit change of pace. Hopefully y'all like this type of videos. If not, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. As we just get one, this might be the best performance of all time by Colin Kaepernick. Like, jeez. But anyways, hopefully y'all like these type of videos. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that. And I will think about what to do tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what might come tomorrow. Y'all just have to stay tuned. But until then, you know, peace out.